All right, y'all. I want to have this conversation, really, because I've heard a lot of people talk about it forever. Um, but to simply put it, Michael Jordan's the greatest player of all time. Now, if you want to go, who's the best basketball player of all time? And then we have another conversation. But this is my criteria when it comes to greatest of all time. I'm not only looking at skill set, I'm not only looking at winning and individual stats, but storyline and impact matters. You go look at Jordan when it comes to team basketball, because that's what we're grading it on. Nobody has been the leader of a team that dominated at such a high level for years like a Michael Jordan. Yes, you can go back to Bill Russell. I don't know how many games they won back in the day. And I'm talking about the Celtics in terms of how many games they had during the season, how many games they won during the season before those championships. I don't know, but from what I gather with Jordan, if I'm wrong, you can correct me. But I believe in the '90s, I forgot, it was a period of 6 to 8 years where the Bulls didn't lose more than 2 to 3 games in a row. So think about that for a minute. You're the leader of a team where you're averaging over 30, so you're the guy. You're not averaging 18, 20 points. At the end of the day, scoring is the most important thing you can do in basketball. I know people are going to say that's not true. Yes, it is. Because if the score is 1-0, the team that had one wins. So you have to be able to put the ball in the basket. Okay. You can't control an assist because you can give a person a perfect pass and they can miss the shot. You can rebound and give extra possessions and still miss the shot. At the end of the day, you have to put the ball in the basket. I get it. Everything else does matter. I get that. But when I look at Michael Jordan in terms of scoring, the leader, and I'm going by leader based off him being the best player by far on the team. When you're the leader of a team and you're clearly averaging a ridiculous amount of points, where what Jordan did, and scoring an efficient amount of field goal percentage, and you put your team in a position to win the games that they won, I'm talking about the Chicago Bulls, that's special. Okay. Then we're not even taking away from the fact that Jordan MVPs. We're not even talking about he won Defensive Player of the Year. We're not even talking about first team All NBA defensive players, first team All NBA in general. Uh, Clearly, the years that he was in the league, he was the best player in the league every single year. Really, honestly, even when he was younger, but he had to obviously prove his point. Prove it when he first came in '84. So you got that. Obviously, impact by a mile. Love LeBron in terms of his game and stuff like that. I follow LeBron since high school, but he hasn't had the same impact on the NBA as a Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan, he retired in '98. Yes, he came back for the ceremonial stuff with Washington Wizards, but he really retired in '98, '99 season, right? And they're still talking about the dude. It's almost 30 years later, and they're still talking about him. I don't know if we necessarily going to be talking about LeBron at that level once he retired, 25 years after he retired. Maybe they do. I don't know. And you can say it's the Jordan shoe and things of that nature. But yes, if that's the case, that could be the case. But he still had to be that guy to make that shoe work the way it worked. All right. So you got impact, you got winning, because that's the most important thing because of the it's a team sport. So Jordan did something right to make sure that that team was held accountable to win games. Okay, I've seen Jordan average triple doubles in pockets of a season, and and I'm assuming Jordan was coachable enough for a coach to say, you know what, you could get these crazy stats, bro, but if you go by it that way, you're not going to win the way you need to win. I need for you to be great at what you are and then allow the others around you to be great at what they are, rebounding and assists, not you just doing everything yourself. So, as I was saying, all the things that I'm saying LeBron, because somebody's calling me. I was trying to ignore the call. Anyways, so all the stuff that Jordan allowed, because he has to allow it, he has to be coachable, he has to throw his ego to the side, right? All the things that he allowed to happen, whether it brought his points down or not, brought down some of his stats or not, Jordan said, you know what? I want to do what's best for the team. He had to, right? He had a season. I don't know what season it was, but Jordan had a year where he averaged over 30, 8, and 8. You're not going to sit here and tell me Jordan could not have averaged at least 30, 8, and 8 the entirety of his career. But guess what? That would have ran him down quicker, and I don't think you win like that. I don't think you win by just making it all about you, your system. You have to allow someone else to use their system, and then you implement your skill set within that. And then, of course, their system needs to be able to complement your game, all that. So winning, how he's impacted the game. He's never had any episodes that I can recall where you was like, man, Jordan had to come back from, like, let's use LeBron, for instance, the Mavericks series. I don't think Michael Jordan has ever had a series like that as an individual. Or the Celtics series. I don't think Michael Jordan has ever had a series like that. Y'all can let me know. But I can't recall one series where he had a breakdown in a negative way, like a LeBron, rest in peace to Kobe, like a Magic Johnson, things of that nature. Now, you can say, well, he didn't win in these particular years. Yes, I am not even going to disagree with that one. But when I say in terms of just him as an individual, I can't think of a series where you was like, man, Jordan struggled really bad based off, like, he did this to the team, or he gave up here, or he got held down to 15 points a game or less than 20. I can't recall. Y'all let me know. But anyways, pretty much everything you can accomplish winning, won a gold medal, won a defensive player of the year, and I think MVP in the same year. I believe when it comes to his PER, he has one of the highest, if not the highest PER, player efficiency rate of all time, right? While winning. I'm trying to think of what else right off the top of my head. His story in general, he has never had a negative breakdown in his career that I can recall. When you add all of that up and how much he impacted the game in 13 years, yes, again, you can use the 2 Wizard years. I'm have at it. But the 13 years that he played, I don't think nobody has impacted the game like a Michael Jordan, and that's what makes him the greatest. Now, I'm gonna say this and get out of here. If you want to go best basketball player of all time, if you want to say Kevin Durant will beat Jordan one-on-one based off his height, his skill set, nobody's beating nobody every time one-on-one. I honestly think nobody would have nothing for Shaq. You kidding me? Almost 300 pounds with the skill set he had back in the Orlando Magic. How do you beat him one-on-one? Seriously. He could keep up with you. He's tall. He's agile. How do you beat that? Just like when Dr. J played against Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar killed Dr. J in that one-on-one. So the bigger you are and the better you are, you most likely you're gonna always have an advantage. Granted. So if you want to go best basketball player, that's a whole nother conversation. I won't give you no pushback on that. But when we talk about greatest, and again, my criteria as I just implemented, who am I? I'm a nobody. I'm a just random dude. But my point here, based off my individual criteria, that's what makes Jordan the greatest. Anyways, y'all tell me how y'all feel about this, and I would definitely love to hear y'all thoughts in the comments.